Willie D. Live.
What's up, family? A new report from the National Community Reinvestment Coalition shows Atlanta had the second highest number of neighborhoods flipped from majority black to majority white from 1980 to 2020. Gentrification led to the displacement of an estimated 22,000 black residents in Atlanta, with neighborhoods like Old Fourth Ward, East Atlanta, and Kirkwood among the most affected. Atlanta experienced the most intense gentrification in the U.S. from 2000 to 2012, driven by rising incomes, home values, and educational attainment in urban neighborhoods. Educational attainment in urban neighborhoods. Isn't that what they tell us we need? And they say that's the problem, is kids are not being educated, but now that we have educational attainment, they want to run the people out and they want to take their spot. Interesting how that works. Anyway, guess what city had the highest rate of majority black flipped to majority white neighborhoods? Ding, 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 ding. You guessed it. DC. Man. Boy, they did it to Chocolate City. DC was the first chocolate city. DC, man. DC. And now Atlanta. Family, Atlanta, man, I love y'all, man, but let's keep it a buck. Y'all did it to yourselves. You did it to yourselves, man, with all that flexing, I'm talking about, like buying just the cars and the homes, getting the cribs, not really attaining land, you know what I'm saying? Because he who controls the land controls the man. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you this too, fam. The politicians sold them out because the politicians saw this coming a mile away. The politicians are the gatekeepers for every city. And before gentrification ever takes place, the politician has to clear the way for it to happen. Before those taxes rise, the politicians have to clear the way. They strategically will neglect buildings, abandoned buildings, the streets and things of that nature. Try to force the property value down, down, down. Then when they get ready to make their move for gentrification, they go in and they do a land grab, sweep up everything, try to buy up everything for cheap, right? And then turn around and then try to sell it back to the people at a premium price. That's the gentrification game. Get in there and buy it cheap. And oftentimes, the politicians will make it to whereas all you gotta do is have some type of foundation or something, and they'll give you the land for $1. They'll give you, they'll give you acres of land, for $1. And then you come around, you scoop it up under the whole church umbrella or whatever foundation. And now you bought the land from the city for $1, and now you put a price tag on it for $1 million. The people that's been living in the neighborhood, paying a modest rent, $800 a month, $900 a month, $700, $1,200, they can't afford it because now the rent is doubled. They putting up three-story townhomes and 5-story apartment complexes and things and high rises. They can't afford it. So, see, the politicians cut deals with the businessmen. That's what they do. Everybody divvy up what they want. Everybody gets something out of it. They all go to the table to get something out of it. And then they say break. Then they go over here and do what they got to do. They go over there and do what they got to do. They go over there and do what they got to do. And then you will see the people be displaced systematically. All that money in Atlanta, all them rich black people in Atlanta, they could have easily put Atlanta on lock for the next 500 years. Could have put it on lock with nobody. Well, they controlled the whole thing. But it's too many cats out there that want to flex. Salute to Jeezy, salute to T.I., salute to, the guys that I know, Killer Mike, that's out there buying stuff and building, that own property. They own like property in like really, really good areas of Atlanta, like downtown Atlanta and Buckhead. They got them dudes, they buying up stuff. But it's so many more dudes out there that got money. And if they could have all just formed a coalition to just buy, when I say not buy the block, buy the city, they got it. They got that money out there, man. You can buy the whole thing up, and this is really depressing to me, fam. I'm really disappointed because now it's gonna take forever to try to, reverse this thing. It'll take forever. And now the political power, there's going to be a shift in political power. Yeah. They're going to try to go in there and redline and all kinds of stuff. They're going to try to rezone. They're going to have a little pocket over here of people, and they're going to try to make their vote as powerful as, let's say, it may not be but 150 residents over here or 500 residents. And they're going to try to make their vote as powerful as, 50,000 residents in the city. You say, well, how is that possible? They can do it, fam. They can do it. They can take that pen, man, and draw up everything they want. Anything they want. Yeah, it's a cold game, fam. It's a cold game. I remember going to Atlanta, and man, it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful to be in Atlanta, to see black folks networking and getting it, everybody getting it. Like you go over here to this guy's restaurant, he give you a card, 2 or 3 cards to his homeboys who got the tie shop over here, he got a wheel shop over here, he got this guy here got the barber shop, this guy got do real estate, this guy over here sell cars, this guy make clothes, this guy owned the club. The networking was ridiculous. I mean, and I was contemplating moving to Atlanta. At the very least, give me a spot out there. And then the shift came. Then you started having different people moving into Atlanta. And the violence and the crime went up. And quite frankly, fam, it's been all downhill from there. I mean, Atlanta is still Atlanta. It's still a lot of opportunity there for black folks. Don't get me wrong. And quite frankly, more opportunity in Atlanta than most places, right? But I like the idea of Atlanta having it all, having a lock on all of it. Because that's how it is in certain cities that you go to. It's people out there who are gatekeepers. They ain't letting nobody in. They ain't letting you get nothing. They not letting you buy a lot, an acre, a building, nothing. I digress, fam. Hey, it was fun while it lasted. No more talk.